Problem number 12 says the gorilla finds a 50-kilogram crate of bananas and drags them to the right with an acceleration of 1.5 meters per second squared. Okay, so let's draw our diagram. Okay, and so we have our crate over here. What is the downwards force acting on the crate? Upwards force. And it says that we're dragging the crate, right? So does that sound, if we're dragging a crate, does that sound like a pulling motion or a pushing motion? It sounds like a pulling motion, right? So if we're pulling them and it says to the right, what kind of force is that? Keeping in mind that's a pull, I would say that that's an applied force. Once again, an applied force is also known as an exerted force or a external force. So if your teacher, for the most part, uses those terms, just understand the idea that that's pretty much the applied force, used interchangeably. And if we're dragging this to the right, is there an opposing force? Hopefully by now you're saying to yourself, yeah, there is. There is a frictional force. And is this frictional force kinetic or static? Well, it's in motion, right? So I would say that's a kinetic friction. All right, and what is this 50 kilograms representing to us? That's telling us a mass. And what about that 1.5 meters per second squared? Hopefully you're saying to yourself by now, that's our acceleration. Okay, and being that we have our mass, what is the value of the weight or the force due to gravity? Well, we know that force due to gravity is equal to mass times acceleration due to gravity. Force due to gravity, if we're trying to find out what this is equal to, that's our mass, which is 50 kilograms, times our 9.8. And that's equal to 490 newtons. And that's it for this problem.